Welcome to your doom. Shut it and get over here. Massive uppercut!
Hello and welcome to another edition of the JabJab Show. Today, as you can probably see, I'm sat on the floor. Yes, I'm sat on the floor right here, so that can only mean one thing. I'm reviewing or playing a retro game. Today's retro game comes about, there's a short while back, fellow YouTubers, Brothers Sword Gaming, they put on a gameplay of George Foreman KO boxing for the NES. Which I haven't played before, and I mentioned on that. I've played the Game Gear version. It's a bit different. I went through the various differences and whatever, and I said, that'll be cool to see. So here it is. I'm going to see if this little setup that I've got on my head works. Basically, in here is my Sega Game Gear. Here it is. It's on its Game Gear glory, and this is the game. George Foreman KO Boxing. Can you see it? Can you see it? Yes, it's a boxing game, as you can see. 1 to 2 players. Flying Edge, which I think it was under Acclaim publisher Acclaim's thing. Came out in 1992, based on George Foreman, and at the time he had come back because he was a fighter in the 70s, heavyweight fighter in the 70s, a big golden era for the boxing heavyweights or whatever. He came back in 87, and this was kind of in the middle of where his second foray in boxing and whatever. So anyway, so there's a George Foreman's KO boxing. There's the Game Gear. Just like to say before I begin, I checked the game works and whatever, but before then I hadn't played the Game Gear for a while, and there was no sound whatsoever, and now I'm just gradually crept in. It's really bizarre how it works. I have read a while back about the inherent problems in Game Gears. Over time the sound chip kind of fails. I've looked into fixing it. You can fix it yourself. I don't think Sega will. I'm not sure. I've not looked at Sega whether they'll have the resources now. No, they might not be able to fix the Game Gear as they would do back in the early 90s or something. So anyway, what you apparently do, you open up the back and you have to check sort stuff out and solder a few things. I'm not sure if I want to do that myself. I don't want to butcher my own Game Gear because I don't trust I'm many things, but I don't think I'm gonna be a good fixer at a Game Gear or something. So just to let you know, if I do get this set up in my head working, the sound might not be completely as it is, and also the screen is not brilliant either. As in, you'll see hopefully when if it all going well, if it works and whatever. So without further ado, let's play the game. Okay, right. This is gonna be a first, obviously using a Game Gear game and so on. Like I said, this is the second recording. I did record it with the lights on, but realised as awkward as this is for me to practically do this, it's gonna be the best way maybe with the lights off so I can see stuff. Now, as you can't hear, there's no sound. Like I said, they might come back later on in play. It did a little bit in my first playthrough. As you may or may not see, I don't think you can see, I have it through the mains, the Game Gear, and it's just going through his little attached screens or whatever. And it's got I have got all the AC adapters that work for the Game Gear. That you can use the same one that you use for your Mega Drive or Master System. It's quite a common little input device. As you can see there, maybe I'm flicking it. It's got a loose connection, so I've got to be careful when I move the Game Gear. Obviously, you don't want to move it so much so you can't see it. When you look, I'm going to play it like this, okay? So, obviously, bear with me. I don't want to go through emulator. Obviously, I can do it for what I do, but I'm thinking this is probably the best way of doing things. Well, the more fun way, perhaps. So, anyway, George Foreman boxing, you can have a one-player or co-op, which I think you have to have a second Game Gear and a link cable or something. So you do that, you toggle between slow speed or fast speed. Now and again the camera might do that, that's me kind of wrapped around it kind of thing to get it to the way it looks now. It's all hilarious. So let's try slow speed. Okay, so where you are, event 1, you're George Foreman and You first fight, same opponents all the way through. It's F. Nelson, and you may see their sort of stats. I think it's punch, reach, something or other. Special power 3. I will go on to that later, like during the fight. There's a kind of a tiny bit of sound coming through from the Game Gear. Right, anyway, so as you can probably see, I'm looking now and again at the viewfinder, the camera. It's a left to right fighting game, and on the NES, and maybe other ports as well, I'm guessing, it's in the viewpoint of, I'd say, Punch Out or Mike Tyson's Punch Out, you know, depending on the territory you're in. I've played Mike Tyson's Punch Out and the regular Punch Out. I love the game. It's my favourite boxing game. So basically, as you can see, you've got the time of the round, which is fast. It's not real time. It's faster than the actual seconds. And you got the energy bars of respective fighters. And you got like button one, button 2. They right punch, left punch, basically. And you know you got your D-pad. You can mix between uppercuts, pressing up, and you know, one of the punch buttons, or body shots, which you down on one of the punch buttons. Okay, so you know, basically, as the rule as it is in boxing, you'll beat up the other guy. Now, yeah, the Game Boy, you know, the Game Gear, I should say, is going to be moving about the screen. I'll do my best not to move it too much. So, intermission. I can see there's me, George Foreman. I'm eating a burger, and I mentioned on the video Brother for Gaming uploaded, you know, between rounds he eats a burger, which I was found a bit, you know, a bit comical. So now I personally can hear some sound now and again. So let's see how much I do. Incidentally, the previous footage is shot, which let's say was with the lights on. I got him against the ropes here. He's got no response. I'll change to the right hand. Got leather in him. There we go. Down. He's got to get up now. See, after he does his count. And he can. Where's the mic? I can't. Oh, there's microphones there. I can't see a bloody thing. I can't see anything here. Apart from what's directly in front of me. Oh, I win! Top! I haven't done that before, ever. Like, the first knockdown has actually resulted in me winning. You usually have to knock him down like 3, maybe 4 times, you know, in different rounds. So I win! Yay! Hooray me. Now, let's see. Event 2. What happens is, there's no mid-fight kind of training montage or anything like this. The iconic scene in Punch Out. But you do get stat points, which you can add to your stats. And you can match the stats of the other guy, something. So yeah, basically round of 2 KO. That's pretty good. So yeah, I've got to the 4th, maybe 5th opponent. What I was saying in the previous footage I shot, where the sound was the. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to align the camera. So now and again, I just have to take my eye off the action, so to speak, so I can make sure the screen is still lined up. I can see what's happening. So I'm be taking a few more hits than usual. Yeah, what I was saying, yeah, on the previous thing I shot, which I will show a little bit of just to show you what I was dealing with. I did have to move the Game Gear too much, and it actually reset the game. Because the other guy knocked me down, and to kind of get up, you have to like batter the 2 punch buttons to do so. As per lots of sports games and stuff. Anyway, oh, he knocked me down. So like now, sorry, because I'm left-handed, I've got to kind of change track, so you probably can't see much here. The referee's counting. I'm up at 8. I'm up at 7. So there we go. So he's winning. Alright, he's got 10-7 round, I think. Yes, I don't know if it's picking up, but he won a 10-7 round. And obviously, there was just too much reflection in the one before. I found anyway. So, sorry about this. for production's sake, I'll turn the lights off, and it's all a bit better, I think. Now there's a bit more sound, a little bit, very, very, very little. I'm lined up. Hopefully you can see that at home, folks. And see what's happening is he's got a super punch. We've all got 3 super punches, which it builds up, and I don't know how it does, but it builds up and he ladders you across the rounds, across the ring. Right, go on, and I can hear a little bit more of the sound. Basically, the sound chip's gone on this, I think, pretty much. Which I read a while back, a few years ago. It's kind of endemic in the Game Gear. I don't know, some they use substandard chips or parts or whatever. I was up at 5 then, so I see the respective power bars. He's beating me up, but I can easily get. Oh, he's knocked me down again. This might be it, folks. This might be it. Go and put it onto the screen. It's gone out of focus. Focus. Where's my focus? See, these cameras, no matter how good they are, they always struggle in the very low light. Sorry about this. Come on. Well, this ain't good. This ain't good. Stay with me, focus. So you're just seeing a big blur now. I can't do much. He's knocked me down again. No, he hasn't. Very nearly. So I'm gonna have to give you the running commentary. He's ducking my shots. I'm getting back with a couple of lefts. And again, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. The left hooks might be his weak. Well, left jab, should say, might be his weak spot. I'm cornering him. Oh, I came back a little bit there. So that's still, he was still 110.7 because he knocked down twice. Pardon me. Excuse me. This is very, very odd. But now it means business because look. So I keep nudging the thing. He's not eating the burger. He's down to business now. He knows he's in trouble, George Foreman. So he's not eating burgers this time. Right. Oh, he's loading up another shot. No. And what he does, when he loads up another shot, if you hit him before he gets that shot off, then it all goes. He can't do it anymore. So he's lost that shot. So if I continue my comebackness or something, coming back, these left shots seem to be doing the trick. I've backed him up, so I'm just going to keep pummeling away. Change to the right. Look at that. You can obviously block his shots as well by pressing away. But I'm getting a few shots in here. Oh, lovely stuff. He's getting leathered here. He's getting leathered. I'm coming back, and I've knocked him down. Yay! Down. Round 3, minute 3 to go. Lovely. So he's not looking too clever now, is he? Thinking so tough. He's up at 9. He's up at 9. Hopefully this is showing through. This is coming through. There's not enough. Oh, he knocked me down. And, oh, I've got a... And again, unfortunately, because of the way the things are, and I've moved the game gear, it's very temperamental, but yeah, it's reset itself. For bloody heck. Right, so back to me in the studio. And then the lights are back on. So there you go, there's George Foreman's KO boxing for the Sega Game Gear. Yes, it was a bit fun to play it like that. It's an okay game, don't get me wrong. So unfortunately, the playthrough I'm going for is the one with the lights off, because even though the screen, it's difficult. It was difficult for me to do it. It's more fun. There's like a lot less reflections and so forth, like there was in the when the lights were on. Which just the thing that I had a go at doing. So there we go. So that site is fun. Unfortunately, on both occasions I played through it. I moved it because I'm left-handed. When you get knocked down, you have to like on the 2 buttons, and because I had to, the way I was playing it and so on, I had to move it to do that bit, and it was during that time on both occasions when it just reset itself because of the plug. I didn't think there'll be an issue because I had, like I said before, making this actual video, I did test the game, still works and all the rest of it, and Yeah, but there we go. So I didn't get as far as I usually do because of obviously playing it like that and looking at the viewfinder and so forth. I mean, all going well. You didn't hurt your neck too much watching it and struggling to see what's going on. I know I went out of focus now and again. That's the nature of cameras and what have you. I don't know how well they are. I mean, obviously, the better the cameras are, the more susceptible, the more kind of the tolerance, I should say, when there's a low light kind of thing. Obviously, the only light that you saw, pretty much apart from the power light, was the light from the screen. But it's the cameras are gonna struggle a bit with the focus and so on. So all going well, it shouldn't be too much of an issue there. Okay, so I'll say that was the game on the Game Gear, and apparently this version and the Master System version was based on Buster Douglas boxing, which if you don't know, James Buster Douglas was the first guy who beat Mike Tyson back in 1990 in Tokyo. One of the biggest upsets in boxing, of all time. That fight. So he got a bit. Buster Douglas got a bit of publicity and obviously and all the rest of it. Yeah, so they're based on that. Looking at it, it's not my favourite boxing game. In the first one through, I went through a few boxing games I do prefer and so forth. My favourite one is Punch Out. I think I mentioned it in the video, in the actual the take I used, and also Ready to Rumble Boxing on the Dreamcast. Now, you probably, if you know them games, they're more arcadey, they're more kind of outlandish and whatever. That's the kind of thing I just like. They're kind of like the more fun games, not less simulation. Everyone's got a gimmick kind of thing. Everyone's got a trademark punch, like moves and stuff, and you got to either counteract that or just use it against them in some way, that kind of thing. It's like, I suppose like a shoot 'em up or something from back in the day where, you get a big boss at the end, and they've got a red glowing bit, and I'm going to hit that bit, and then that's his weak spot kind of thing. So it's that kind of thing, it's just that way of kind of the gameplay that I prefer, obviously growing up, that's what I like the best. Anyway, I'm not saying that anything else is worse, it's not, I'm just saying that's what I prefer. So, have you played George Foreman's KO Boxing, either Game Gear or what ports have you played? What's your favourite one? What's your favourite boxing game? Just let me know down below in the comment section. And just I'm all ears and whatever. I'm more be receptive to people's opinions and so forth. And just let me know in the comment section, or just I've got these like YouTube and I'm on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and all the kind of modern social media things. Not all of them, because there's probably loads more, I don't know. But these two anyway. Hit me up, as a youth might say. Just let me know and request a video, say hello and all the rest of it. And like, subscribe, comment if you like all this kind of thing. And in the words of the new Cyrus, send the word.